Hello everyone, LRon here with part 12 of my NGN Dark Souls run. This is the start of the second cohort. And so we're going to start off doing a lot of housekeeping stuff. We are going to duplicate some souls and finish getting our various goodies to +5. With the titanite shards. We're going to actually purchase them from Andre. I decided to be faster to just dupe the souls than to repeatedly kill the boulders, and you guys have seen enough of me killing boulders, so I decided I would take that approach. Here we are, and I kind of run the mistake of buying as many as the souls would let me, which meant that I didn't have the souls necessary to physically do the upgrades. So that means I'm going to have to do another session of duping. And I'll be honest, my order of operations early on in this cohort are kind of questionable. I decide to go to the New Londo ruins to pick up the composite bow, and for whatever reason I was under the impression that I needed to have the key to drain the water to reach the composite bow, so I end up going to the plague bearer and killing him, or whatever that dude's deal was. So I kill that guy, even though we didn't need to kill him, given the fact that he'll gladly give us the key once we have the Lord Vessel. And then I kind of stupidly just homeward bone out once I get the bow, but I was right there. I should have really just drained the water, because that would have made our lives easier later on. So if you do kill the guy, then proceed to drain the water so that next time we come to that godforsaken place, we can go in through the Valley of the Drake's side, which is beneficial because that means we won't have to deal with running through those stupid ghosts that are in another phase of existence that I mentioned in the previous cohort. So another thing we need to do before we set out is we need to make our Pyromancy Glove +10 or higher. That way, when we go to... let's see, what's going on here? Ah, yes, I decided I wanted to get some transient curses from Moss Lady. If you are taking my approach of duplicating humanities, then there's really no need to. There will be a corpse at the beginning that has 2 transient curses, and with the humanity set to 10 or higher, you'll get enough dropped by the guys that need them to make it sustainable. It won't really be sustainable if you're at 0 humanity, so you'll need to bring in a stockpile, but we're not at that point. So, in any case, so I think that's probably what ended up happening. When I thought that one of these guys dropped a transient curse, it ended up just being a wanking warrior that was right next to one of them. Not this particular one, but over at this urn here. I think I probably dropped onto this urn just like I did, then killed this guy, and then thought that that it came from that. So that's probably what happened in my very first playthrough. So I think we've myth-busted that. So I decided to start off with pyromancies because I just want to test the waters, although these early guys are pretty much single pulls, so they're easier to deal with, so probably not really the way to go. Probably better to save them for the big rooms, because these guys are known to bunch up a bit, and it does work on an area of effect. So onesie twosieing them isn't really worthwhile, and with the +5 Balder that we have right now, we can kill these guys in 2 strong hits. And so the Wanking Warrior down at the end of this really narrow plank here, that's going to be another Firekeeper's Soul, which will allow us to upgrade our Erlenmeyer Flask. But we gotta watch out because we got 3 of these douchebags. And in case you didn't notice what happened just there, the Pyromancy doesn't really work at point-blank range like that. So you need a little bit of distance, like a foot or so. But if they're right up against you, you're gonna just toss it right over them. And then, of course, you're going to want to be careful where you're stepping, because that is a infinite drown on either side of that ledge. So I highly recommend tilting the camera so you have a good angle to see what's solid and what's not. And now we are set to move on. I think this is where I start to test the waters with the Balder. And this is one of the harder areas in the game, so feel free to ditch the composite bow for now and go straight to Blighttown if you feel that this area looks too hard. Because, I mean, we're really just doing it so we can have the other bow. And if you're smarter than me, to make forward progress for future you. And now, here's the annoying bit about these guys and the transient curse system. You can't actually eat a transient curse while you're transient cursed. So that means it will arbitrarily wear off 2 or 3 minutes later, whatever the duration is. And you can't preemptively start up another one. So this means you'll either need to sit around and wait for it to wear off so you can safely put it back on, or risk pushing forward and having it run out mid-fight, which is extremely lethal and subpar with any normal person's standard of living. So watch out for that guy. Like I said, these guys are in a different plane of existence, so they get to walk through walls all they want. And the transient curse essentially puts us on their level. So basically that means they can't come through us anymore, and we can't come through them anymore, because we are in their realm of reality as well as our own. And now these banshees, not too scary as long as you deal with them fast. If she finishes that screech, it's going to hurt a lot, and if she lets that baby stare at you, you're gonna have some troubles. So now we go through this fog gate, and around this point I get a little scared about the duration of my transient curse. So I come back to a nice safe spot, play around with some emotes, and basically wait out the curse and eat another hand. And so as you can see, I tried to consume it a second time and it was grayed out. I don't think whatever this was worth the effort. Yeah, who needs that? But this guy's now gonna stalk us until we kill him. Although, it might be safer to just do this anyways, because he might aggro later on if we ignore him. And ignore his Wanking Warrior too. And so, yeah, some of them are below this bridge as well, so we need to wait for them to make their way up here. So that's it for this video. I will see you next video. Good luck, have fun.